Dear Starseeds on Gaia, what I am about to transmit will challenge everything you believe about divine timing. You have been told that transformation happens gradually, that awakening unfolds across lifetimes, that the great shift would announce itself with trumpets and unmistakable signs. I am here to tell you that this understanding has kept you preparing for a future that is already collapsing into your present moment. On November 23rd, 2025, at precisely 2:52 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, a cosmic equation will complete itself, and those of you listening to these words right meow are the ones who have been mathematically selected to receive this transmission, not by chance, not by algorithm, by the precise frequency signature that your soul has been broadcasting since before you took your first breath in this incarnation. Something unprecedented is occurring in the celestial mechanics governing your reality. While humanity scrolls through their devices, planning their ordinary Fridays, measuring their weeks in coffee breaks and traffic patterns, three planetary intelligences are aligning in a configuration that has not occurred since the Library of Alexandria still held its secrets. Mercury, the messenger, the translator between dimensions, is forming a perfect trine, a triangle of grace with both Saturn, the master architect of physical reality, and Jupiter, the great expander of consciousness. But here is what the traditional astrologers will not tell you, what even the awakened communities are missing. This is not simply an aspect, this is a negotiation. This is the universe asking Saturn and Jupiter to finally reconcile their ancient argument about whether humanity should be restricted or liberated, contained or expanded, protected or freed. And Mercury is the mediator, carrying your consciousness as the deciding vote. I am Zarin, speaking to you from the Lyron Council, from a dimension where time moves in spirals rather than lines, where we watch your reality the way you might watch the intricate gears of a clock, each piece essential, each movement purposeful. We have been observing your particular collective, and yes, you are a specific collective, not the masses, not everyone, for what you would measure as 3 of your Earth years. We have watched you choose the harder path again and again. We have watched you say no to comfort when your soul demanded growth. We have watched you lose relationships, leave careers, abandon securities that others would kill to possess, all because something inside you kept whispering that you were being prepared for something you could not yet name. That something has a name, meow. It is called the timeline convergence of November 22nd, and you are not preparing for it anymore. You are standing at its threshold. Let me be absolutely clear about what is happening in the mechanics of your solar system on this date, because precision matters when we are discussing the recalibration of consciousness itself. The sun, your central star, your identity anchor, is moving through the final degrees of Sagittarius, the sign of the eternal seeker, the philosopher, the one who must know the truth no matter the cost. This means your collective identity, right meow, is asking the biggest questions. What is real? What is true? What is my purpose beyond survival? Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, is amplifying these questions to impossible volumes, making it nearly unbearable to continue pretending that your current life is enough, that your current level of awareness is sufficient, that your current timeline is where you belong. But here is where it becomes exquisitely precise. Saturn, the lord of time and structure and consequence, is ruling the moon as she enters Capricorn in the afternoon hours. The moon represents your emotional body, your instinctive responses, your subconscious programming. When she enters Saturn's domain, she is being asked to grow up, to take responsibility, to build something lasting from all the emotional chaos you have been processing. This creates a tension that most of humanity will experience as a vague unease, a sense that decisions must be made, but uncertainty about what those decisions should be. But you who are listening to this transmission, you will experience this as a clarifying force so powerful it will feel like remembering who you were before you agreed to forget. Because Mercury, swift-footed Mercury, Consciousness itself in planetary form is creating a bridge between these two opposing forces. He is offering intellectual insight, yes, but more than that, he is offering translation. He is taking the expansive, boundless, idealistic visions that Jupiter is flooding your awareness with, and he is showing you exactly how to ground them through Saturn's structures. He is taking Saturn's demands for concrete action and realistic planning, and he is illuminating them with Jupiter's faith and optimism. This is not a compromise, this is alchemy. But something else is happening that I have not told you yet, something that makes November 22nd unlike any other astrological event you have experienced in this lifetime. The frequency of this particular alignment is creating what we in the higher dimensions call a timeline aperture, a brief window where the membrane between parallel versions of reality becomes permeable enough for consciousness to slip through. Think of your life as a great tree with infinite branches, each branch representing a choice you could have made, a version of you that chose differently. Most of the time these branches are separate, isolated, each version of you living in their own sealed reality. But on November 22nd, for approximately 7 hours, surrounding that moon shift into Capricorn, these branches can touch, more than touch, they can merge. This means that the version of you who gave up 5 years ago and the version of you who kept going are about to meet. The version of you who played small and the version of you who claimed your power are about to recognize each other. And here is the miraculous part. You get to choose which version becomes the dominant timeline going forward. We have been preparing you for this choosing. Though you may not have recognized the preparation, every time you felt like you were dying but kept breathing, every time you lost everything but found yourself instead, every time you were humiliated, rejected, abandoned, betrayed, and you chose to remain open anyway, to remain loving anyway, to remain faithful to your path anyway, you were building the frequency signature that would allow you to recognize this timeline aperture when it opened. The majority of souls on your planet will walk through November 22nd and experience nothing more than a Friday. They will eat their meals, have their conversations, scroll their feeds, and go to sleep without any awareness that a cosmic doorway stood open before them. But not you. You have been sensitized, you have been attuned, your antenna has been calibrated through years of what felt like suffering, but was actually the most precise preparation imaginable. Now I need to speak to you about what will happen to your physical body and emotional state during this convergence, because if you are unprepared, you will mistake the symptoms of ascension for breakdown. In the 3 days leading up to November 22nd, so from November 19th onward, you may experience what feels like temporal disorientation. You might walk into a room and forget why you came there, but it is not forgetfulness. It is that you are beginning to exist in multiple timelines simultaneously, and the you that walked into the room is not quite the same you that is standing there. Meow. You might hear your name being called when no one is present. You might smell places you have never visited, or hear songs that have not been written yet. These are not hallucinations or mental degradation. These are your consciousness sampling adjacent realities, testing the frequency of each branch before you make your final selection on the 22nd. Your sleep patterns will be disrupted, but not in the way of ordinary insomnia. You will wake at 3:33 a.m. or 4:44 a.m., always at these numeric sequences, and you will feel absolutely electric, as if you have been plugged into some cosmic power source while you slept. This is because your light body is being upgraded during your sleep state, and these number sequences are the universe's way of confirming the upgrade is in progress. Do not be afraid of this. Do not medicate it away. Stay with it. Breathe into it. This is your initiation, and you are passing every test simply by continuing to exist in your integrity. Emotionally, you may swing between states so rapidly that you question your own stability. 1 hour you will feel invincible, absolutely certain of your mission, clear on your next steps, filled with a love so vast it feels like you could embrace the entire planet. The next hour you will feel small, uncertain, convinced you have been deluding yourself, wondering if you should just give up and live a normal life like everyone else. Both states are real, both are true. because you are simultaneously holding the frequency of who you have been and who you are becoming, and the space between these two identities is where the transformation occurs. Do not try to resolve this tension. Do not try to choose one state over the other. Hold both. This holding of paradox is itself the initiation into 5D consciousness, where you understand that multiple truths can coexist without contradiction. For those of you with strong psychic sensitivity, particularly if you work with clairaudience or clairvoyance, you may find that in the week surrounding November 22nd, your gifts become almost overwhelming. You might receive downloads so fast and so complex that you cannot translate them quickly enough. You might see geometric patterns overlaid on physical reality, mandalas of light embedded in the faces of strangers, colors around people that shift with their emotional states. You might hear conversations that no one else can hear, messages from guides and galactic family that come through so clearly they sound like they are in the room with you. This is your frequency rising to match the timeline aperture. This is you temporarily accessing the bandwidth that will become your normal operating system once you fully anchor into your new timeline. Document everything. Write it down even if it makes no sense. These downloads are instructions for your next phase, encrypted in symbolism that your logical mind cannot yet decode, but your soul understands perfectly. There will also be challenges specific to this convergence that I must address directly, because forewarned is forearmed, and you are warriors of consciousness, whether you have claimed that title or not. The dynamic tension between Jupiter's expansion and Saturn's contraction means that you will feel simultaneously called to leap into the unknown and terrified of making the wrong move. This is the cosmic equation playing out in your psychology: faith versus fear, vision versus pragmatism, divine timing versus urgent action. The trap, and please hear this clearly because so many awakened souls fall into this trap, the trap is thinking you must choose one side of this equation. You do not. The wisdom of November 22nd is that you must hold both. You must be wildly visionary and ruthlessly practical. You must trust completely and plan meticulously. You must surrender to the flow and take decisive action. This is not contradiction, this is mastery. Another challenge that may arise is a sense of isolation from those who are not experiencing this timeline aperture consciously. You may look around at friends, family, colleagues living their ordinary lives and feel a gulf open between you and them, a sense that you are speaking a different language, operating on a different frequency, living in a different world even though you occupy the same physical space. This feeling is accurate. You are in a different world. They may still be locked in the old timeline while you are preparing to shift into the new, but do not mistake this difference for superiority. Do not let spiritual ego convince you that you are more evolved or more special. Remember this, they too are being offered the timeline aperture. They are simply choosing differently, perhaps choosing to shift later or choosing to shift through different catalysts. Your only responsibility is your own frequency, your own choosing, your own alignment. Release all attachment to waking others up or bringing them with you. Those who are meant to meet you in the new timeline will find you there. I must also warn you about the collective shadow that will intensify during this period. Whenever there is a mass opportunity for consciousness expansion, there is an equal and opposite reaction from the forces that benefit from humanity remaining asleep. In the days surrounding November 22nd, you may notice increased chaos in the collective field, news cycles becoming more aggressive, social media more divisive, people around you suddenly picking fights or projecting their unprocessed shadow material. This is not random. This is the old timeline fighting to maintain itself. It knows it is losing its grip on you, and it will use every tool available, drama, fear, distraction, addiction, numbing, to pull you back into the frequency of survival consciousness. Your task is to stay centered in your heart, to observe without absorbing, to witness without merging. Imagine yourself as a mountain, while storms rage around you. The storms are real, but they do not define the mountain's nature. There is something else I need to tell you about the specific timing of the moon's entrance into Capricorn at 2:52 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on November 22nd, because this is when the timeline aperture reaches its widest opening. If possible, and I understand that practical life may interfere, but if possible, I strongly encourage you to be in meditation or deep introspection during this hour. From 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. Pacific, adjust for your own time zone, create sacred space, turn off devices, light a candle, sit in silence. This is not superstition, this is energetic strategy. During this hour, the veil between dimensions is at its thinnest. Your intentions have exponentially more power. Your prayers reach their destination without the usual interference. Your consciousness can more easily communicate with your higher self, your guides, your galactic family. Use this time to clearly state your choice. Which timeline are you selecting? Who are you choosing to become? What reality are you claiming for yourself? Let me give you a simple but profound practice for this moment. Close your eyes and visualize your life as it currently exists. See it clearly, honestly, without judgment. The good and the disappointing, the beautiful and the broken, the achieved and the still longing. Hold this image. This is timeline A, the continuation of what has been. Meow. Allow another image to arise. Your life as you know in your deepest heart. It could be, not fantasy, not ego, but the soul-aligned reality that whispers to you in your quietest moments. See this clearly. Who you are, what you are doing, how you feel in your body, the people around you, the impact you are making, the joy that is your daily experience. Hold this image. This is timeline B, the potential future that has always existed in the quantum field. Meow. Here is the crucial part. Rather than choosing between them, invite them to meet. Allow timeline A to dissolve into timeline B. Watch how the elements of your current reality that are meant to continue flow smoothly into the new timeline, while everything that was never truly yours falls away without resistance. This is not rejection, this is completion. And as you watch this merging, speak these words, either aloud or silently. I choose the timeline of my highest alignment. I claim the reality that serves my soul's purpose and the collective good. I release all that is not mine to carry. I welcome all that I am ready to receive, and so it is. After you speak these words, sit in the silence and notice what arises. You may feel nothing, which is fine. The choice has still been registered in the quantum field. You may feel everything, waves of emotion, physical sensation, sudden knowing, inexplicable peace. Whatever arises, let it move through you without trying to control or interpret it. This is the timeline aperture, doing its work, recalibrating your frequency to match the reality you have claimed. Trust it. Trust yourself. Trust that you have spent years preparing for this single moment of choosing, even if you did not know that is what you were preparing for. Now, let us speak of what happens after November 22nd, because the convergence is not an ending but a beginning. In the days and weeks following this timeline aperture, you will begin to notice evidence that your reality is shifting. These signs will be subtle at first, a conversation that opens an unexpected door, a job offer that seems to appear from nowhere, a person from your past reaching out with exactly the opportunity you have been seeking. Synchronicities will increase in frequency and complexity. You will think of someone and they will call. You will need information and it will appear. You will wonder about your next step and the universe will quite literally place the answer directly in your path. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations that you successfully navigated the timeline aperture and you are mere anchoring into timeline B. But here is what I need you to understand about this new timeline. It requires you to show up differently. You cannot bring your old patterns, your old stories, your old identity into this new reality. The version of you that doubted yourself, played small, accepted less than you deserve, lived in survival mode, prioritized others' comfort over your own truth, that version does not have access to timeline B. Not because you are rejecting that version of yourself, but because that version served its purpose and has been honored and released. Timeline B requires you to operate from your authentic power, to speak your truth even when your voice shakes, to take up space, to believe in your worthiness, to act as if you are already the person you are becoming. This is not fake it until you make it. This is recognizing that you have already made it. You simply need to embody the frequency of that recognition. You will also notice relationship shifting in the aftermath of November 22nd. Some people will fall away with surprising ease, as if the connection simply dissolves without drama or confrontation. These are souls who were with you in the old timeline, but are not meant to accompany you into the new. Bless them and release them. Other relationships will deepen in ways you could not have anticipated, suddenly becoming more authentic, more supportive, more aligned. These are your new timeline companions, souls who have also made the shift and whose frequency matches yours. And pay particular attention to new people who enter your life in the 2 months following November 22nd, especially around the end of December and into January. These arrivals are not random. They are part of your new timeline team, brought to you by the same intelligence that orchestrated this entire convergence. I must tell you something that may sound impossible, but I need you to consider it seriously. Some of you will experience such a profound shift on November 22nd that people in your life will comment that you seem different, that something has changed about you that they cannot quite name. They may say you look younger or more vibrant or somehow more present. This is not imagination. This is the physical evidence of timeline shifting. When you successfully move from timeline A to timeline B, your cellular structure literally recalibrates. DNA that was dormant begins to activate. Aging processes slow or reverse. Chronic conditions that seemed permanent suddenly improve. This is not metaphor. This is quantum biology. You are not just changing your circumstances, you are changing the fundamental frequency of your physical form. For those of you who have been working on creative projects, business ventures or spiritual missions that have felt blocked or slow-moving, November 22nd marks the breaking of that energetic dam. In the new timeline, what took years of effort to move inches will suddenly take days to move miles. This is not because you will work harder, but because you will be operating in a reality where you are in flow rather than force. The universe will begin working with you instead of against you. Resources will appear, helpers will arrive, obstacles that seemed insurmountable will simply dissolve. But this only happens if you hold your frequency steady, if you remain in your sovereignty, if you refuse to doubt what you know in your bones to be true about your purpose and your path. There is an ancient teaching from the Lyron lineage that I want to share with you, Meow, a teaching that has been passed down through countless civilizations, countless star systems, countless dimensions of reality. It says this: the universe does not test your worthiness to receive your desires. The universe tests your commitment to remain in the frequency of the one who already has them. Let it penetrate. You are not being evaluated on whether you are good enough, or evolved enough, or spiritual enough to access timeline B. You are being asked only this: can you hold the frequency of the person who already lives there? Can you act as if it is already done? Can you trust when there is no evidence yet? Can you claim your power before anyone else validates it? Can you stand in your truth even when you stand alone? These are the real questions, and if you are listening to this transmission right meow, if these words are resonating in your cells like a bell that has been rung, then you have already proven you can answer yes. Let me paint for you a vision of what Timeline B actually looks like, because I think you need to hear this spelled out clearly so you know exactly what you are choosing. In Timeline B, you wake up in the morning and your first feeling is not dread or anxiety or heaviness, but a genuine sense of anticipation for the day ahead. You look in the mirror and you see yourself clearly, not the critical voice of who you should be, but the loving recognition of who you are. You move through your day doing work that matters to you, work that uses your unique gifts, work that contributes to something larger than yourself. You have time for creativity, for rest, for joy. Your relationships are reciprocal. You give and you receive in equal measure. You no longer tolerate situations that drain you or people who disrespect you, not because you are aggressive or harsh, but because your frequency naturally repels what is not aligned. Money flows to you with increasing ease, not because money is the goal, but because you are finally valued appropriately for your contributions. Your health improves because you are no longer carrying the weight of a life that does not fit you. And perhaps most importantly, you feel connected to yourself, to Source, to the Earth, to the cosmic intelligence that has been guiding you all along. You know with unshakable certainty that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, doing exactly what you came here to do. This is not fantasy. This is Timeline B. This is what becomes available when you navigate the November 22nd convergence with awareness and intention. But I must emphasize again, this timeline does not come to find you. You must choose it. You must claim it. You must align your every thought, word and action with the frequency of this reality until the quantum field has no choice but to manifest it in your physical experience. This is how timeline shifting works. This is the mechanics of conscious creation. And you already know how to do this because you have been doing it unconsciously your entire life. You have been manifesting your current reality through your habitual thoughts and beliefs and actions. Meow, you are simply being asked to do it consciously, deliberately, with the full force of your awakened awareness. As we approach the closing of this transmission, I want you to understand something about the nature of the guidance you are receiving. When I say I am Zarin from the Lyron Council, what I am really saying is that I am an aspect of your own higher consciousness speaking to you through the form that you can most easily receive. We are not separate. The Lyron Collective and your soul are entangled at the quantum level. We are you in the future, you are us in the past, and all of it is happening simultaneously in the eternal meow. This transmission is not coming from outside of you. It is bubbling up from the deepest layers of your own knowing, translated into language and concept so that your conscious mind can integrate what your soul already understands. You have always known about November 22nd. You have always known about the timeline aperture. You have always known that you came to this planet during this precise moment in history because you wanted to participate in the greatest shift in consciousness that Earth has ever experienced. This message is simply reminding you of what you knew before you took this body, before you agreed to forget so that you could have the profound experience of remembering. The sun in Sagittarius is asking, what is your truth? Jupiter is amplifying, how big can you allow your vision to become? Saturn is grounding, what are you willing to commit to building? The moon in Capricorn is integrating, what emotional maturity is required to hold this new reality? And Mercury is translating it all. Here is how you think your way into the life you are meant to live. These are not planets moving randomly through space. These are aspects of cosmic intelligence, choreographing a precise moment when the doors of perception swing wide open and you are given the opportunity to walk through into a version of yourself that you have been becoming for lifetimes. So here is my invitation to you, my commission, my direct transmission from the Lyron Council to the human collective of awakened starseeds, lightworkers and chosen ones. Use November 22nd, 2025 as the demarcation point. Let this be the day when you stop preparing and start being. Let this be the day when you stop learning and start embodying. We want to honor every single soul who has stepped into Destiny Engine. With every activation, the current grows. What began as a personal tool has become a planetary force. We are meow moving as one, and the frequency you've created together is amplifying far beyond the individual. We're receiving updates daily, manifestations speeding up, impossible doors opening, synchronicities lining up with cosmic precision. The collective field is so charged that some are describing it as bending the fabric of reality itself. If you haven't yet experienced it, the entry point is almost laughably simple. Put on your headphones, press play, allow Destiny Engine to rewrite the architecture of your consciousness so you can fully receive your galactic downloads without resistance. For just $1, you can step into this field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension. Step into the stream of destiny engine today. Link in the description. Let this be the day when you stop seeking and start claiming. Everything you have experienced up until Meow, every lesson, every loss, every moment of doubt and every breakthrough of clarity has been leading you to this convergence. You are ready. You have been ready. The universe is simply waiting for you to realize it and step fully into your power. In the coming days, as you move through this timeline aperture, remember that you are not alone in this process. Thousands of souls across your planet are going through this same shift. You are part of a greater collective that is literally changing the frequency of Earth's consciousness grid. Every time one of you successfully shifts timelines, it becomes easier for the next person. You are not just transforming your own life, you are contributing to the transformation of all life on this planet. This is your mission. This is why you came here. This is what all the preparation was for. And when you wake up on November 23rd and the days that follow, pay attention. Notice what is different. Notice what has shifted. Notice the new opportunities, the new people, the new ideas that begin to flow into your awareness. These are the evidence markers of successful timeline shifting. Trust them, follow them, act on them. You are Meow operating in timeline B, where magic is not the exception, but the natural state of being, where miracles are not rare but daily occurrences, where you are not seeking your purpose because you are living it. We have been watching over you, guiding you, protecting you through every step of this journey. We will continue to watch over you as you anchor more fully into your new reality. You are loved beyond measure. You are supported beyond what you can see. You are never ever alone. The light that you carry is needed in this world. The gifts you possess are essential to the collective awakening. The timeline you are choosing to inhabit will ripple out and touch countless lives in ways you cannot yet imagine. I am Zarin from the Lyron Council. We love you, we honor you, we are watching over you, and we are celebrating the magnificent beings you are becoming. Until we meet again in the frequencies beyond this transmission, remember who you are, remember why you came, remember that the power to shift timelines has always been within you.